Hello, X2. Hey there, Teufel. Hello, everybody. Okay, we have a ton of to-dos. We have all these to-dos to go through. We can make choices. Maybe we can decide to postpone something, but there's a bunch of stuff that has to happen. But then we're ready for the release. So yeah. Uh let's let's get down to it. Let us get down to it. Mm, all links would mean copy everything. I mean, that's just old stuff. I mean, I get it because you say, yeah, people somewhere have links on the outside, but I don't know. We're gonna change structure of things also. So like, you're not even guaranteed the links to all pages would always stay there because we are gonna change them eventually. So um, I think it's a kind of like it's a kind of thing that inherently is gonna happen with the website. In any case, I think that all things Zigline related will have to wait for all this stuff to be done first, and then we can go back processing stuff on the Zig website. Okay, so how do we do this? Um, yeah, let's just go, I guess, one after the other, right? So people have been trying new standalone Zine, and they've been having, I think, mostly a good time. So we're doing fine, generally speaking. So we need to make drafts work again. We need to fix our tasks. We need to move Zine 3 to a better subcommand, which I think I'm gonna call it like Zine maybe debug, and maybe we only enable it in debug builds temporarily. Maybe in the future we make it something more official, but for now. Um, yeah. Hello, Bytefox. So let's go do this stuff. Okay. Check for drafts and add drafts flag. So let's start from adding that as an option. That's an option that we pass to um, release and an option that we pass to serve. Yeah, thank you. Is this it? I think this is it. So this was it here. Then serve has the same, well, then we need to put it there. Although we're not respecting here the fact that these things might be missing. But it's fine. Serve, same thing. Okay. So that's done, added to the CLI. Now we need to wire it into the logic. So we need to go into root and add it to options. And this is gonna be interesting. Let's see. I can wait till the end of Thursday. I'm gonna start working on my website on Zine. Let's go. Read through the documentation. Nice. By the way, on my list of to-dos, I also have update the docs on the website. Some of them, they're not going to be completely different, obviously, but some parts about like specifics to the, how you invoke the command, that's going to change. And also, I'm going to add, there's a couple of quality of life things that I needed to add to the official website for a long time that I haven't done. It's going to be the table of contents in pages and a sidebar to the language reference. More specifically, like here. Like this page, this thing is not bad, but it clearly needs a sidebar that allows you to navigate more quickly through this content. Like if you want to look at what you can do on strings, then you have to do some work. Like you have to find a string, then you can click on it, and then you can see what you can do on strings. But man, it's annoying. So it clearly needs a sidebar. The reason why I didn't do this stuff right away is because when I wrote the first iteration of these things, table of contents were not implemented yet. And then secondly, like the second thing was that I made this design that wasn't really meant to have a sidebar. And so I didn't want to, like, I basically had spent all my web design energy. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to stop here and then I'm going to come back. And now it's finally time to come back and make it better. Is he relatable? I recently put together my site with a simple Jekyll template on GitHub pages. Oh no. And then 2 days later, I found Zine in this stream. Yeah. I just want to know that super is an HTML tag. Is it? That's strong. I think that strong is not deprecated. Yeah, in any case, with templating language, I'm like, it's like I'm not being, well, I'm trying to not add too much stuff to the HTML because they're like, obviously it should be it shouldn't be too intrusive, but I'm also acting in a sense like I make the rules now. And so I don't care. Like HTML, official HTML has a thing called slot. and I don't care about slot. I don't respect slot, and I'm never gonna use slot. I use super, and I make the rules. Also, slot has it's not just because I want to be annoying, but it's also because slot has the concept of an ID attached to it, which is the exact opposite of how you're supposed to use super. The point of super is that it does not have an ID. It's by like that's the whole point. It's like it's kind of core to the design of super. Super, the element, doesn't have an ID because you're supposed to identify these insertion points via their parent element, not via the super element itself. So, and that gives you type safety across templates, right? Because you know what is the parent element where you are injecting the content into. So that's kind of the point. While these other templates that use slot, they always say, yeah, there's a slot with this ID, replace it with this content. I mean, sure, it works. But then you lose all knowledge of what is the context that you're, slotting stuff into. And sometimes that's fine. Some other times that's not really fine. When I believe that when you're doing like template hierarchies, it's a good idea. Yes. Yeah, that's true. Right. Man, I also need to go back and make Super HTML DLSP better. There's so much work that thing also needs. Oof, it's like it's endless, but we'll get there. Okay, check for drafts and add drafts flag. So we added draft flags, but we don't check for drafts right now. Or rather, I think we do actually. I think that I've become better at checking for drafts after this, but now I need to make it optional. Now I need to check for drafts only if we don't want drafts. So for example, here we scan. So scanning is fine. It's not affected by drafts. Then we have section activate. But section activate. So the problem with section activate is that we allow drafts, then this will unconditionally succeed and never deactivate this section. Yeah, first of all, this thing needs to know about that. So we need to let it know. So we need to pass that in. And then going downwards, I guess we keep passing down. We still do this unconditionally. That is fine. Okay, so this is fine. But page parser needs to know if we care about drafts or not. Actually, does it? No, it does not. Does it? 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 It does not. It does not. But the rest of the stuff does. So for example, here we keep doing parse active. And that's going to be fine, I think. Template stuff. Analyzing pages. Page parse active. Page status different than parsed. So we skip those. So this is all still fine with regards to drafts, I think. Active parsed. Active parsed. Okay, I guess I'm actually not checking for drafts anywhere. Now the question is this thing, does this thing bake draft information in it or not? Let's go investigate what we do in page. So function parse, let's see. If full source len is 0, then the page is active but has status empty. Okay. Then if we grab if we can, well, if you have an error parsing the front matter, we say that page is active, but the state is going to be front matter errors. Oh, look at this. If we parse everything correctly, then we put inactive whether the page is a draft or not. I think that's fine. We just need to do this. Not draft or drafts. So we do need to pass drafts to this guy. Okay. Okay. So we do this. We need to pass then this down. Section activate. ap.drafts, page parse. pp.drafts. What is the point of the draft flag? It allows you to turn on draft pages. So you're maybe working on something that is not done yet, but you want to iterate on it locally. So you can run serve with drafts included, for example. Yes, but the thing is, they won't even show up in serve at that point. So the drafts flag basically allows you to make them show up in serve. We could even argue that drafts should be a serve only flag. That's actually an argument that could be made. Because, like, why would you want to make a build of the website with drafts included? I don't know. Maybe there's a CI reason to do that. Maybe you have like a staging environment where you want all the draft stuff to be deployed or something. So there's that. But yeah, it's primarily for the Zine serve case. Okay, so with this, we are checking for drafts because it's baked into page.parse.active. We are now making sure that we don't worry about it too much. Now, here's a question. Who worries about things being draft? Docgen, okay, that's fine. I basically want to see, so these things are all fine, I don't care. I want to see source code. I want to see where we check for these things. Oh, I forgot this. Well, good thing that I checked because I wired in the parameter, but then I forgot the section activation is not index draft. Oh, it's index dot. To be precise, it's index dot parse dot active. That's literally what it is. That's how you should express this. Okay, so after fixing that, we have no other places where we have logic based on whether something is a draft or not, which is cool. So we haven't. Well, now it works. Now this should work. So we need to write a test for this, which kind of brings us into the second thing, right? Which is make test pass. So let's start by writing a test for this. Fix all the other tests, make everything green or purple in my case. Well, once I push on GitHub, and then rename Zine3. Maybe we start by renaming Zine3. We call it Zine debug or something. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Sorry, I'm back and I have a new cup of tea in the meantime. That's the plus side. Also, I think I realized that I never announced the stream. So that's one thing. There's also Discord. In your site. I've got an idea what to do with Zine that is both genius but also a bit cursed. What is it? Hello, Valigo. Okay, so what were we doing? We were done with this. Now we want to write a test for the draft stuff, which I think is going to be 2 tests, maybe. One that says no draft, one that says yes draft. Although those are 2 different invocations. And so how do we do this? We need to create tests like that on purpose. Yeah. As you remember, stream is planned. Is it? Wait, nobody told me. So last I heard from Andrew, he was interested in making some kind of roadmap post, but I haven't chatted with him about it in a while. And since he wasn't able to stream in the last period, we didn't plan any stream yet. But now that he's back, maybe we could do something like this. I mean, I was actually thinking of asking him if he was interested in doing a Zig roadmap stream. But really, I haven't brought that up yet, so I don't know. Oh, we have compile errors. What did we do wrong? Oh yeah, the invocation, right? So I think that the way you can make this work, I think, well, I don't know, maybe you guys have something specific in mind that I am not fully aware of, but I think that the most interesting thing that you can do with Zine would be to try and wire in Super HTML as a templating language. But that would require some work. Totally doable. But then you would basically the problem, the most complicated thing is that you would need to design entirely the evaluation context within Super HTML, meaning that in Zine, in Super HTML, we have a page, then you would have to make your own thing. And page is like $page is like this stuff is implemented starting from template. Like here, this is the global, not this one, this one. This is the global, I don't know what to call it, global scope. Like this is $site, this is $page, $build, $18n. And then from here, you have all the other things and all the different values that you can have, etc., etc. And yeah, there's a bunch. Okay. Because I think that everything else is like not that interesting. Unless for some reason your web service wants to process markdown files, which I don't know, maybe you want to, but um, usually at that point things are done in a different way most of the time. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. This stuff takes time, but I'm getting to a point where I can start focusing on other things and make it like write proper documentation on how to use Super HTML for that kind of stuff. For example, if anybody's interested, I'm getting there one bit at a time. Let's just make Zine decent first. Okay, tests. So yeah, we need tests with drafts on and tests with drafts off. We could make these some kind of thing that you read from the test directory to decide whether drafts should be on or off. But honestly, at this point, I would prefer to just hard code this, like have two directories, or rather have one directory specific to having drafts on. So yeah, let's go do that. Actually, you know what? Let's copy rendering drafts. So I guess we want something like archive, but draft is true. And then we have maybe this page that also has draft true. And then we want to invoke this correctly. Okay, so let's go through the build errors in the meantime, because we still have more. I did not expect this. Oh yeah, right. There's another location in here where we want to do the same. Okay, that makes sense. And the other one is root. Huh. Yes, that makes sense. Hmm. Okay, so now we're good. Now let's go into our build. Let's look at our testing routines, and let's add a new dedicated routine for drafts on. And we do, oh, also this needs to become install. That's important. And then we need also to do dash drafts. Okay, let's go do this also here. Update snap, content scanning. Wait, where's the run camera? Interesting. Okay, camera is fine. Okay, we should be good. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's do it like this. Turn off other tests for now. Let's just focus on these guys. Also wanted to rename Zine 3. Does camera hardcode calling Zine 3? It doesn't hardcode anything, it spawns everything pass through, which is good. Then we call 3. Keep calling it 3. You know what? Let's focus on that later. Zig build test. What do we get now? A crash. Unexpected CLI argument install. In release. No, you should not. You should not. Let's take a look. Yeah, I didn't fix this. Oh man, what a mess. Okay, let's double check again. So H install output equal build asset equal. What is happening? Oh, this is the same. Oh, I'm dumb. This is okay. This is install equal sign. That's the other case. Okay. Okay, now I get it. And release is the only one that has it, so we don't need to fix it anywhere else. Okay, let's try again. What now, man? Well, at least we get a different error. God damn. Okay. Not a directory. Panic. Accessing their archive 2024 index.html. Not a directory. How did we get there? 1023. I guess our outdoor path. Oh shit, that's why I didn't put index.html in there originally. It's because it needs to be a directory. Okay, so this needs to be a directory. And then we do index.html on it. Okay, that's on me. That's on me. Okay, next problem. Error accessing file index.html is there. God damn it. Where does this one happen now? Don't tell me the same location. It's the same location, 1029. No. Wait a second. Is there? Oh, you know what's going on? What's going on is that I need to reset the snapshot. Okay, so here's what happened. I polluted the snapshot directory with other stuff, and now it's a problem. That's what's going on. Oof. 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 Well, since we're running one test at a time, only one test, this should be fine. rm/rf test/ drafts simple snapshot star. Let's try again. That was not it. Is there error accessing file index.html? Is there? Let's take a look at these out there that we make open path for every single time. Show me. Well, we're not doing horrible. We're not doing horrible. This one might be problematic. The fact that it's empty. Maybe we're doing something dumb because it's empty. No, we do have a check. Oh, we have a check for it. Error accessing file index.html is there inside the syntax. Inside syntax. There's nothing in snapshot. What's going on? Where is this even happening? Okay, where is this happening? We're calling Zine. Zine relief draft install snapshot. This is the command that fails. Shit, we're ignoring install. We're not doing a good job with install because otherwise they wouldn't be public in here. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so here's what's happening. Somehow we are ignoring the install command. And that's making us produce stuff in here. And apparently somehow we have some kind of index.html inception thing going on. So let's remove public, run the command again. Well, okay, no, at least it hasn't created a directory in here. That's good. Okay, this is fine. There's an index.html directory. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's think about what's happening here. Trace the syscalls. Okay, so we are consistently recreating that thing there. Well, I can tell you who's creating this stuff. That's our boy here. Um, let's see. Maybe the bug is not in here. It's not in the case of the main page, but it's the case of an alternative. Oh, you know what? I think that might be the case. Oh, that probably is totally the case. Check it out. Also, why am I saying fatal file index.html? Why am I not saying fatal file out path? That's the actual fatal file. Also, I run the old one, but it did not fail this time. Am I going insane or something? Am I like going insane? I feel like I'm going insane a little bit. Okay, what's going on there? Oh my god, here I'm inside rendering. Shit, we're doing this in the wrong directory on top of everything. Okay. I forgot to change the name of the directory, haven't I? Open their tests, drafts. Yeah. Okay, let's see again what we're doing here. Everything in there. We passed joint test drafts. Yeah. That's on me being dumb. Okay, that maybe explains things going out of whack a little bit. Okay. This is the syntax test. Holy shit, is it a chunky boy of stuff. That's fine. Okay, let's see. What do we care about these things? These things. We care about yeah, there's a ton of these in here. Okay. Let's think about it for a moment. Um, I guess we can start. Let's start by accepting the one about syntax, because that one we can take for kind of for granted that this new implementation is good and that's what we want. And then if it turns out to not be what we want, then we can iterate on it later. This is from Viru, so let's not put that to the question right now. Let's accept it as it is. Okay, that guy contains syntax. Okay, with this we are accepting this stuff. We should probably take a look at that's actually true. So also there shouldn't be source public. So let's go fix that as well. Wait, am I going insane? Where's the public stuff that I thought I had in here? Oh, I have it as deleted. Okay. Right. Honestly, going from source and snapshot to just having a public directory in there, it's not that bad because you can then trigger the same thing manually. But you know what? Having separate maybe something that you're iterating on manually versus the official. No, I think it's fine. Okay, let's leave it as is for now. Okay. Deleted snapshot alias absolute alias relative. And there is no, wait, where's the equivalence of these ones? Wait a second. Wait a second. What happened here? Okay, no, we have to audit this thing. It's sus. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Aliases, let's start from index. Index SMD. Normal index SMD page. Yep, simple. H3 is actually an H4. Yep. I don't know if we want to keep this, but fine for now. Then we have sections. It just has content sections and a footnote, so that should be fine. It uses sections as HTML, so yeah, it prints section begin, section end, section begin, section end. 1, 2, 3. 3 of these guys, table of content. That seems fine. Syntax, all it does is showcase some syntax, so that's fine. Archive and aliases. What about aliases? Aliases has a alias relative, alias absolute, aliases, path with leading slash. Aliases slash path slash without leading slash. That would be fine, but it would be more interesting if aliases wasn't in the root directory. So let's move aliases somewhere else. Okay, run the test now. I think we really need to reset the snapshot directory though. Add remove dir tree. Add remove dir tree. Do we have a lazy path for all this stuff? Hmm. Okay, you know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm changing the structure. And let's start from drafts. Set CWD source path. Right. All right. Building to sitter failed. What? Get CWD failed with Erno 2 not such file or of directory. Current working directory on linked. I think this is breaking real hard because I'm not in the right directory. Yes. Oh my god, Zig. Okay, so we have a test failure. You know what? For simplicity, let's do this. Test drafts. For now, let's isolate everything down to just drafts. What does that even mean? This succeeds. That is that correct? Is that even correct? That's definitely not correct. I nuked the entire contents, haven't I? I think I nuked something. I nuked a little bit too much stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's try now. I should actually find a test to run. And it should fail because the diff should not match. Yeah. So there's new files. And inside public, there's new output files. Do you have public in git ignore? We do. And we don't want that anymore. Yeah. Either that or we call it snapshot. Instead of calling it public, we call it snapshot. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Like we keep it in there, but we call it snapshot. That's not a bad idea. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we have snapshot in there. Not bad. I'll take it. fixes. No. Why can't I commit? Your branch and origin standalone have diverged. You have one different commits each. Bro! How? How the fuck? But also, why can't I make a commit? Git, why is it Git like this? Why is Git so ass? I don't get it. Why can't I Git status? Why can't I Git add stuff? GC doesn't do anything. Why does GC, why does Git commit not allow me to commit? No changes added commit. Okay, because it says that I don't have anything added. Is it because I've actually merged my changes? So that amend, even though I did quit bang instead of write quit, it still took the changes. It still somehow took the changes. That is that is insane. But you know what? Fine. I'll whatever, dude. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Okay, let's re-enable these other tests one by one, and let's do it right. Well, in the case of an amend commit, it would be correct for there to be no changes. It would still be a confirmation. Maybe that's the problem. I don't fucking know. Okay, so drafts is fine. Rendering shouldn't have. Why did I copy drafts everywhere? So no drafts. Install the snapshot, and then we reset the snapshot. Oh, for this guy is different. So for this guy, also no source. For this guy, we're running 3. Where do we put this guy? Path is path. And that's snapshot.txt. Okay, so this guy was already fine as is. Okay, so we can turn these guys back on. Let's leave this one for last. Let's fix rendering. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Command terminated unexpectedly. Unable to find a zine.ziggy config file in this directory of any of its parents. Ouch. Ouchie. So one succeeded, one failed. Let's take a look at what's in there. Oh, I know what's in there. Yeah. That's what's in there. Okay, I think we can remove this printing here because it's annoying. Um, about this, we don't want to print this every single time. How do we avoid that? We capture it and then we do nothing, and then we do nothing with it, I guess. We could create snapshot.txt just for the output and just leave it there. You know what? Let's do that. Let's capture stdr. So build.zig. We do it here, right? There we go. Fuck. By making this a B path, we lost some abilities. Hmm. Hmm. We need to change our plan a little bit. That's so annoying. Hmm. So this can't be a path then. Let me undo this stuff. So this has to be like this. This cannot be like this. This has to be like this. This really makes me want to be clever. You know what? Oh, but stem removes also the path. Never mind. We can't be that clever. It's fine. Okay. Here we have snapshot. Here we have snapshot txt. And this becomes b.path. So that everybody's happy now. Is that a lazy path found you 8? There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we have drafts, and we have the other thing. Let's have the drafts test actually do drafts stuff, because we also lost that in the middle of the mess. Nothing should have changed except these two things. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So next, to have rendering, we have drafts on, and then we have content scanning that needs to be enabled. Right, content scanning is the one that calls 3. Let's rename 3 to debug, and we make it only available in debug mode. I think we have to re-implement this because we kind of lost it. So start from main, debug command instead of 3. Here we have this function, which did a bunch of stuff that now it should not do anymore. Well, no, this is actually fine, mostly, partially. Let's go to debug side. Okay. First thing we do in here, we make a build. Let's steal the code from release. Also need to be able to parse CLI arguments, maybe? Actually, it's fine, I think. But we need to do this. Okay. Load config, start worker. Base their path, build assets. Wait, can I do this? I don't think this will work, so I'm gonna keep that commented there. But if this works, this is awesome. If this works, this is fucking genius. Rust false. Mode is, oh, here it is. Mode is not disk. I guess we can say mode is scan only. Or we can make it in memory. You know what? Let's say the mode is memory. There we go. What am I doing? You know what? I think that this guy really wants to be on in a separate file at this point. Yeah. I think it's any errors or something. Oh, come on. How do we know if there was any error? Oh, you know what? Release must know. How does release deal with this? Any pre-rendering error or any rendering error. There we go. This apparently works. Holy shit, this is amazing. Okay, NVIDIA is we only enable it in debug mode. How can we do this? You know what? Maybe we just leave it undocumented for now, and that's fine. Okay, and then we have this stuff, which is actually important because this is the rendering code. Now we need to fix this because there's going to be a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Look at all variants, print the variant. Look at all sections, print the section. What are we doing here? Path. Content subpath. Prefix. Trailing slash. Yes. Actually, no. False. And then we force one no matter what. Which is slightly different. There we go. Much better than whatever we were doing before. Same problem down here. We empty path. and we put in there this guy, which we can do much better because we can say, oh, what pages? So we want the SMD one. I would argue that for every page, we want the page, and then we want the URL that it corresponds to. And honestly, at this point, why are we even going through path for this? It's because we were dumb. That's why we're doing it. Even here, why are we doing it if we're not reutilizing it? God damn it, man. Man, my tech for this stuff has improved so much. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's really not even funny. Prefix. Okay, that should be kind of back to where we were before. Do we build? Expected bool found error union. Oh, dude. That's rude. Have I re-enabled those tests? I don't think I have. Yeah, no. Something is sus here. Something smells bad. Nah, dude, there's just no fucking way. Let's see. Content scanning. Zine debug. we're doing something wrong. Will the Christopher Toggle show come back? Yeah, why not? At least as far as I'm concerned, for sure. I think in the last few days I've been like super hyper focusing on Zine, and I've not been doing haven't done what I should do, which is also why is public in there? Oh, I know what's wrong. Our diffing. We're diffing. Yeah. We're not diffing enough. In any case, yeah, sure. Especially once I'm kind of done with Zine and I've made more progress, I would love to do that. Okay, let's see. We have here. What do we have here? Oh, look at this bad boy. Missing layout file. Nice, but it tells you also content, which is great. Contender path content slash slash. Content slash slash, huh? Content slash slash. So this is fine, except this slash slash. It's not a big deal, but it annoys me. I did put false in here. I guess the problem is that it contains that already. You know what? Fuck it. Let's see what happens now. Okay, content, blah, blah, blah. So this is fine. This error is the same as it was before, just made a little bit better. Section path, content archive, pages, content archive to 2025. Second SMD. We might even want to say, you know what, if since it's in this section, we might want to make the page path relative to the section, but it requires us to do some work, so fuck that. So this is fine. This is fine. This is all fine. This is all fine. This is fine. Why is this so interspersed in such a weird way with these errors? What is going on? What is going on here? So we have HTML is forbidden, which is new, and is it lost somehow somewhere? So no, we have a new HTML is forbidden error that we didn't have before somehow. Then we have this one that's changed slightly. Syntax error. Wait a second, syntax error? Yeah. Why is it like this though? Did I break this somehow? Oh, and then we have this path must be relative. So we weren't picking up on this syntax error before, I guess. So we have this syntax error. Then this is the new version of this. Then we have dot other, where dot dot are not allowed. Just new way of saying it. Wrong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. All the new stuff wrong. Erroneous end tag in code. Missing site asset. Just slightly longer thing here. Yeah. Unknown language code. Wait, that's gone away? We don't report anymore that there's a wrong language code. in here. How come? And also unknown language coding here seems to have disappeared. I think we need to take a look at this thing. We need to take a look at those two errors because everything else seems fine. Everything else seems fine except that thing. Also, this one I'm not sure I have. That must be relative. No, never mind. Yes, it's these two guys that seem sus. Where are they gone? Where are they gone? So I'll be right back. Okay, I got a new cup of tea. So we wanted to investigate these two errors, huh? Let's see what happened to them. So we are looking at content scanning page analysis. So Zine debug says HTML is forbidden. You know what? Let's open. Okay, that is fine. Then we have these two guys that are wrong, but we don't notice that. We don't notice that, which is bonkers. I think I regressed that thing, basically. So everything else apparently is fine. Oh, we're missing some spaces here. So we need to reintroduce those spaces. Then so the answer is in page in worker analyze page, analyze content. We have a code block. We do check a bunch of things about its source, its origin. And then if not language exists, code.language, we also append this error, unknown language. And apparently we're failing at this. Let's have some debug printing. Okay, let's see how that goes. Excusez-moi. Do we not get here? Where's where are my prints? Clearly something is happening. Where are my prints? Huh. We're having some suspicious behavior. What is going on? Like we should be totally be printing stuff. How? Let's I don't know, print something out here or something. Okay. This is really scary. We do print foo. Uh great. We do print foo. A bit. Not even that much. Hello Bureau. We're printing foo, but not even that much. Why are we not printing it for code? Oh, you know what's going on. Here's what's going on. Now I get it. This error here that you see in code is a parsing error because we analyze at parse time that the HTML is correct, not at analysis time. That's actually wrong. We're doing it a little bit too early. Like, I mean, it's debatable maybe, but the problem is we're doing it so early that we never reach analysis with this file. So like here, oh come on. Well, here we actually do, let's say, the right thing. Here we reach analysis. And we complain about unknown language code. Okay. So you know what I'll do? I think I'll take it. So that the mystery has been explained. Everything is fine now. So now I can take it. Let me, oh my God, let me remove these prints. I guess I can undo to get rid of them. Okay. Let's also copy this. And let's put it in that same page. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so this is all fine. This is fine. All this stuff we said is fine. We lost page analysis public. Yeah. Yeah, public theirs have to go. So these are all just slightly better error messages. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. Okay. So with this, we have done this and done this. Okay. For to-dos done. Might even commit at this point. Okay, not work in progress. What do we say here? Okay, better. We did that. Then we fix all tasks. That's for sure. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just leave it as this. Can I put rebase? I bet you there's something weird happened here. In any case. Okay. Then, create build asset Ziggy integration. Create build asset Ziggy integration. You know what? That one, I think I'm going to skip and take a look at it later on. Change host URL to serve mode, in serve mode to localhost. So, yes. In when we are doing serve, we want to load the CFG, which is like awesome. Like really cool that we load the CFG. But we want the CFG to be var. Because there's one critical thing that we want to do. Which is server listen address. Okay. Does the build need the CFG? It does. Do we copy stuff out of the CFG? Yeah, we totally do. That's fine, but it shouldn't be a problem. Because it's gonna be this way. We take the CFG and we say CFG dot. Oh, this one is gonna be fun. So if the CFG is a simple site, then all we do is change host URL to our stuff. Right. What if the thing is multilingual? And that's more complicated, huh? We need to do the same thing to this guy. But then what about the other settings, such as host URL overrides? I guess we say that if any is null, we panic for now. So we set the host URL and then Let's put it this way. But obviously, we need to do something about it at some point eventually. But for now, I think this is fine. And with this, we should have replaced these URLs. So, I mean, that should be fine. Let's we build. Let's try it maybe once. Let's take a look at index.html maybe. No, let's look at base. And let's say that for side page, we do, instead of this, we do side.link. And we do Zine build, release. Oh, this is still relative. Really? Maybe want to look at some XML. There's no XML. Okay, wait a second. Maybe instead of release, I should call it publish. Although publishing, we don't do the fully public thing. Oh, shit. What is happening there? We are installing alternatives in definitely the wrong way. Oh no. So I made some changes recently about for the way all this stuff works, and that's why it's not as correct anymore. But it's like this is good growing pains. I'll take it because I've improved. I've really improved a lot how we render links, and so we just need to work these kinks out. But that said, like the heck is going on here, man? Then that's great. Else, page path. Oh shit! Yeah, that's the problem. Page path contains everything. It's the file. You know what? Let's rename this to page file path. Actually, you know what? Let's just call it, yeah, page file path. Let's audit usage of it. Putting it in Tracy, great. Giving it using it for progress, awesome. Super awesome. Passing it to super VM, also correct. Using it in alternative, not so much. And then using it in fatal file, also that needs to be audited. So why don't we make the same mistake in main? I think I fixed this case above and I didn't fix the one below. Basically, what do we do? Outer path. Yeah, you see, we use page scan URL. I think this is something that we copy basically. Actually, this could be taken out. Well, no, I guess we want to do it only in this case. So what would this actually look like if done correctly? It would be this path but instead of the file path, it would be the page URL also prefixed with the variant output prefix. It's actually this, basically. Yeah. It's that thing. But then followed by row path. I'll print page FMT followed by, which is the row path. Like this. Okay, and then we were using yeah, this is not really correct, but you know what? That's fine. Okay. Let's see what's happening now. Where's my super fun? Super cool. God damn it. No, there's no way we're still doing it. There's just no way, man. There is just no way. Out path. Oh, there we go. File modified by external process. What? Who modified this file? Who touched this file? I think we found, we solved our mystery. There we go. Blog index XML, correct. Devlog index XML. Okay, now we're in business. Okay, this all says example.com, which is correct. Now we do Zine serve, and we go into the blog RSS feed. And this still says example.com. It shouldn't. Why is it doing this? This should show localhost. Let's think about it for a moment. Did I also fail to save? Oh my god. Because of the rebase. Dude. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We have it. Um, and I think even when we print this stuff, we can make it nicer. Oh, interesting. We don't even... Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have done this. We can commit. Okay, next. Fix woofs, then KaTeX. Um, we could do the fix woof stuff. Or we could do KaTeX. KaTeX seems exciting. I'm kind of curious to see it in action. And maybe we could add... maybe we could add like KaTeX into the default website. That doesn't seem a bad idea. So that people already have it. Yeah, let's go do KaTeX. So what does it take to do KaTeX? Okay, so for people who are not familiar, KaTeX is this. It's rendering of formulas written in LaTeX. I should call it KaTeX, maybe. I don't know, man. Why don't you put an X in here as well if you want to? Yeah, never mind. In any case, installation. They want us to do this. So we want something like this. Loading as a global. I don't know what that even is supposed to mean. Okay. Okay, so we have this genius thing with like with all the cross origin, with the integrity thing. Guess what we're gonna do instead? We're gonna save this stupid file. Okay, so that's the CSS. Maybe I should say 01621. You know what? Let's do it. Oops, is also there we go. Then then we have this guy. Okay. Then we're gonna do this. So this guy goes away. And then they have these thing here, which we don't want because I think that what we want. I think what we want is another one, not this one. The one that's discussion in main about it. This one. Okay. With this, we have all the runtime support that we need. Which, honestly, at this point, I'm kind of tempted to maybe do it a different way, but we'll see. For now, we put it here. Then, what do we do next? Next, we need to output this stuff. Let's do this as an initial test. So let's Zine serve the website. Let's go into our second post and let's make KaTeX happen. Somehow. Let's do it like this. This is not the final version of this feature, but just to make it work. They showed this actually here, right? Yep, it works. Okay, it's not that complicated to make it work. Not too complicated, huh? Yep. Maybe at this point we can make the second post about this. Or whatever. Okay. Okay, our goal, I guess, at this point here, here's a math formula defined as a code block. And the next thing that we want to do is, this is an inline formula. We need to make that work. Okay, we need to make this work. Currently, there is no way for us to make this work. Well, this also we want to change to this. So we want this and this. Also, interesting that the square root is colored. This guy knows about KaTeX. Interesting. Okay, we want to make that work, and then we want to make this work. But I think we need backticks. It has to be backticks. Like this. Boom. Okay, let's make these two things work. So first of all, number one, scripty field not found. Yep, let's make this happen. So this is supermd. So zone file supermd local checkout context. We need to come up with a new one. KaTeX. Okay, what can we do to KaTeX? I think the KaTeX is pretty much like text, but with the difference that it's just, it renders slightly differently, pretty much. Wait, is LaTeX written with, I forget which letter is supposed to be uppercase. Okay, I got it right. How are you generating the typing sounds for the stream and why? So many questions, man. I don't know. Why are you pressing me? .org. I have a software that does this. I have a program. Why? I don't know. I thought it was funny. It's an ASMR stream, okay? Bro, give me the sidebar. God damn it. Kind of nice. You easily tell it's not real though. You would be surprised how many people um, have asked me what keyboard I have. Yeah, the only weakness it has, the only like big weakness it has, it's the repeated stuff, which is actually super easy to fix. I even wrote to the author of this app and I wrote to them. It's like, dude, this is a great application. Just fix that one fucking thing that is so easy. Don't repeat the sound at super high speeds. Keep around a hash map of, or well, an array actually, an array of when a button was pressed last, and like if it's actually, no, it doesn't even have to be like this. All you have to do is remember what was the last button that was pressed and when. And if it's the same button being pressed again again in sequence and less than 20 milliseconds or something, like you just find a reasonable human threshold or make it configurable, then you don't play in the sound again. Like it's that easy, but I don't know why they haven't done it yet. Okay, so we have this. This is pretty good. Oh man, now this is gonna suck. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Backtick, backtick, backtick equals. Okay, so this should work. Text directory must contain some text between square brackets. Yeah, now this is different. This is now KaTeX directive must contain a math formula, and, well, a LaTeX math formula enclosed in backticks. How do we do this? First child dot question mark, because apparently it's always present. That's cool. And then we need to assert that if content dot node type different than, I don't remember, inline code. Okay, this seems reasonable validation. Okay, so this is all reasonable. So we have, in theory, implemented KaTeX. The second part of this is implementing the equal sign KaTeX in code blocks. And I think that requires a bunch of like cooperation between a few other things. So one thing that needs to cooperate is page analysis. In content, actually, we can search for equal sign HTML. Everywhere we do this, we also need to do the same for KaTeX. KaTeX, whatever that is. Okay, and then in render HTML, there's two places. One is in code block, and the second one is in code. What? Render directive. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. creates a figure, which is fine. I already forgot how this stuff works. Something along those lines. We are missing some things though, which we need to think about. Yeah, what about stuff like IDs and shit? So we need to do it like this. We need to write this open, then do titles and other stuff. And then close it. Code or language. We'll give it a class. Yeah, why not? Let's give it a class. Okay, so this should be kind of doing what's necessary. Oh, we're also closing. Maybe we shouldn't close. On exit, we close the caption and figure. Yeah, that's actually fine. Yeah, that should work. There is the other case where we do the equals sign HTML in code block. Well, normally we would do code pre-class, blah, blah, blah. So here we do else if. Oh, you know what? Let's do it like this. Okay, it's another continue case where we let's see. Normally we write code class, then we do highlight code. Right. In this case, we don't have to worry about there being like IDs and other complicated things. Okay, I don't know where I'm jumping. Because we only have to worry about try W write all. We only have to worry about the simple case. Which is this. Which is then this. And in the middle is try W write all code. Okay, this should be it almost entirely. If not entirely. Let's see. We need to Zig build. Which ones are all possibilities? Yes. Right. It's basically this. Oh, no. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Right. Right. This is not like this. Yeah, this is not like this because we need to render the children in a different way. How do we do this? We basically kind of want to This is interesting. Maybe I'm like abusing the syntax a little bit. Link image, try render directive. But then we're gonna find other stuff below. Hello, Dustin, my dudes. It's going well. I'm implementing LaTeX for math formula support in Zine. So the problem is that we don't have control over the fact that we are going to recurse into our children, and that's a problem. Recursing into our children, that is a problem because we don't want to render them as what they actually are, but we want to instead to we want to do something with them. So either I manipulate the AST and I take that out and I say that basically the thing has no children, or somehow we need to be able to modify the way we move around with the iterator. And I don't really have a good way of doing that. So maybe my plans of glory for that syntax just can't happen. They have to be different, which is unfortunate. Awesome to catch you live. Thank you. I picked up Zig a couple of weeks ago, and as a language support, my 6502 emulator 2 in your channel on YouTube is a great source of inspiration and knowledge. Well, thank you. Thank you. And I hope that you're having a good time with your emulator. I think that Zig in general is a pretty good language for that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a pretty good language for a lot of things, but there's a few nice things that make it, I think, particularly nice when you're doing that kind of work. It's a pretty good language also for parsers and like parsing and like basically what I'm doing with the static site generator. So it's now time for me to face reality. So let's go back to the drawing board. This syntax here, in some ways, it's pretty good because it puts the content like front and center. It has one weirdness to it, which is you're forced to use these double quote, like these backticks, otherwise it's not gonna work. And it's also kind of a foot gun. What would but the problem is that we're having trouble pulling that off because it requires us to do weird shit. So we can do this. We can do KaTeX I don't know, like expr. I put it in here. This is honestly much uglier in comparison, if I have to be honest. Not nearly as cool. Not nearly as cool. You know what? I kind of want to push forward with this thing. Let's see if we can tweak our renderer to do what needs to be done. We could meet DSD, honestly. That is really a possibility. When we encounter one of these directives, we just do AST mutation, which is not even that big of a deal, honestly. That would allow us to not have to do anything here. Let's see. It's wonderful to work in for this purpose. It's been the first language I've used in the past 15 years or so, and I think I'm settling on it for the final project. Nice. Are you using an existing Markdown parser or authoring a custom one to support the things you want to support? It's a bit of a mix. So I wrote my own parser for pretty much everything in this project, except Markdown, because Markdown is kind of a mess. And I wanted to experiment with a concept. So the way it works right now is that I use a thing called Super Markdown. I use instead of YAML for the front matter data, I have my own format. The content is parsed using a Markdown parser. I'm using the Goldmark, the CMark parser. But the way I use it is basically I hijack the concept of a link. So you know how in Markdown you have this construct that is normally a link. In my case, I hijack it. And when you give it a URL that starts with a $sign, that for me is an expression that it's basically an expression of a scripting language that I evaluate and can mean a variety of things. So if we go to the official documentation, you look at the documentation, SuperMD basics. Let's see some examples in here. So you can basically maybe let me see something that is less complicated. For example, instead of you can use normal image syntax in Markdown, but you can also be more explicit and use link syntax, but you pass $image inside. And so passing $image means that this thing is supposed to become an image. You can pass, and then you can also specify how to fetch the asset image in a bunch of ways. And then you can say, give it an ID, give it classes, give it like that kind of stuff. There's a video type of element that creates, video tags. There's a bunch, basically. You can do a bunch of things. My end goal is this. My end goal is to eventually, and it's not even that far in the future, to abandon the Markdown parser and basically make my own parser. The language is not going to be exactly Markdown. It's going to be something different. It's going to be close to Markdown, but not exactly spec compliant. And the reason why I didn't do that right away is because I wanted to first test drive this idea, the idea of introducing new, I call them directives, like new things that you can put into your content expressed this way. So if we look at the reference, the items that I have is section, allows you to define a content section. Actually, this one is kind of cool. If we go back, here's what you can do basically. A section directive allows you to chop up your Markdown content into, content sections that have an ID. And then in a template, you can render them separately, which is normally something that you can't do. Usually Markdown, in static site generators, your Markdown gets pre-compiled to HTML, and then you can only choose where to put it in the template. You can't split it up. You can't reason about it much. So here instead, you can do this. Then we have blocks. Blocks allow you to define a block is combined with the quote thing and allows you to create these blocks here. And then you can style them by giving it classes, etc. Heading allows you to basically give IDs and attributes to H1s, well, headings. Text allows you to style just normal text. So here is just a hello world, and then by doing text.id, it makes a span and gives an ID to just this guy. Links, code, images, videos. That's what I have for now. And now I'm adding math formulas using KaTeX. So right now this is like an abstraction built on top of Markdown, and the plan is to I just wanted to see how the semantics would pan out, and I'm happy with the results. So next is going to be to basically now figure out the syntax and like polish the syntax a little bit more, and part of that work will most probably mean writing a Markdown-ish parser on my own. But everything else is homemade, like HTML parser I made myself, everything else, blah blah blah. Oh no, RIP. Yeah, I know that. Like, I have a big rant on this. Like, if you read on the official Zine website, this one, if you read the Super MD Basics part, I start ranting right off the bat about what if I want to do a 2-column layout. I want my content to have a 2-column layout, and I don't want to go insane. And like, the answer is, if you use normal static generators, it kind of sucks because they force you to pull. Either you pull your content into the template, or you kind of pull the template into your content. And it's usually done in horrible ways. I don't know, maybe you can be a little bit more like sophisticated than what I suggest here. Although I've done these things myself. Like, I've done this also for the official Zig website. And I think that this is like a 10 times more better solution. So yeah. In any case, this has been my quest. Okay, let's try to make this syntax work because it's too good to give up. So how do we make that work? The way we make that work is that we have to either we mutate the AST. Do we want to mutate the AST? Do we want to mutate the AST? Do we want to mutate the AST, or do we want to do something else? Let's try the AST mutation path. Let's see if we encounter some tension there. So for AST mutation to work, it means that we need to give a property to this guy. Because we need to say this, basically. Like formula. So we give it a formula. We give it a default value. That should be fine. You don't have any way of mutating this formula field. But here in validation, I believe this is when, as we validate, I think this is one point where we can mutate the AST. And it should be a problem. So we do this. We take the content literal. And then we say, can we mutate ourselves in this at this point? It seems that we can. So we said the formula is text. Is it kind? Yeah. Okay, we copy text in here. And then I think that what we want to say is it's time to detach. We detach content. How do you do this? Range, create, node type, link, literal, blah, 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 list type, footnote this, footnote that. Replace with child. Oh, that's cool. Prepend child, unlink. We unlink content. Okay, let's see how this goes. No field name source in KaTeX. Right. KaTeX should go up here because it's basically text. Are we happy? No. Let's try again. We're having a Zig cache problem. Permission denied? What? Okay, let's try again. Okay, so we succeeded. Zine serve. Oh, I need to write. There we go. Not quite there. Not quite there. What is wrong here? So we have two of these blocks and neither shows up. Why did I bork? You know what? Let's look at the source code. View page source. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually dumb because I print them, but I don't print. I don't print their body. Well, no, actually, the block one. The block one should be there. Yeah, the block one is there. The block one is there, but somehow it doesn't show up. But then, yeah, the inline one doesn't work. So let's do the correct thing for the inline one. So in HTML, when we rendered KDEC, we say print this. Also, why is this print? Too many things are like prints when it shouldn't be prints. Okay, we write all that, and then we try write all ev. No, directive.ktex .kind .ktex, which I mean we have here, so I guess I could do this. And we print the KTEX formula. Okay, so this should have fixed partially what we were doing. Yeah, now this formula is in here. The problem is still that this guy type math/tech formula, and then a script. Is there like a new line that is the new line that causes it to not work? So the code block is busted for some reason. This guy is fine. The code block is dead. I bet you that's a new line that makes the thing go insane. Oh. Oh. Fonts? This might have something to do with it. Let's see. . Syntax error. Unexpected token. What does that even mean? Where's the unexpected token? The new line? What? What? I don't know, man. It's like, what? I'm confused. Wait a second. We're missing an equal sign. Oh God, finally, I figured it out. There we go. We're missing an equal sign. There we go. Okay. I would say delightful. So that works for me. And I would count this as a success. Now if I do this out of curiosity. Fuck. There we go. Okay, now it needs just some fixes. Okay. We also need to mention these as assets. You know what? Maybe KaTeX assets should stay inside of second post. Nah, it's fine. Okay, so this is good. We did KaTeX. Okay, I think that this is kind of it for me today. We did some work. It's already kind of late. I want to have dinner. Maybe I'll do some more work later today, but we solved some to-dos. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. We have still this guy, which I don't know if I want to keep or skip, but we have to fix. We have to restore the image size functionality, which I also want to implement using mmap on macOS and Linux. Windows, I don't know. We'll see. Translation keys also need to be fixed. Shouldn't be too complicated. I want to debug checklists in single-threaded mode because those don't work and I don't understand why. And now I'm starting to wonder if it's like another weirdo multi-threaded problem. So single-threaded mode will show us if that's the case. Here's also another idea, making serve the default step, meaning, well, the default like subcommand, meaning if you just run Zine, running Zine starts the server. I think that's not a bad idea. Because if you're inside of a website and you have already a Ziggy file configured, like running Zine, yeah, should do that. Although it should tell you, if you want other behavior, here's how you could get that. But why not start the server? Why have people every single time try to remember what is the command to serve the dev server? Because it changes also from static site generator to static site generator. For some it's serve, for some other is server, for some others it's dev, I think, or develop, that kind of stuff. So let's just do Zine, nothing else. And that's how we serve the website, which is going to be the main thing that you will want to do. Also, because once you wire in CI, you normally don't run release on your computer. Normally, you just do serve locally and then push, and then release is going to be the duty of the CI. And maybe release could be called publish at that point. Although publish does imply that we do also publishing, like as in uploading somewhere, maybe, which we don't. We'll see. Then set up Zine GitHub action. Yes, we're going to need a GitHub action so that people can get Zine easily in their CI on GitHub. Maybe there's also some other clouds that we want to investigate. Although, I don't know, is there like a GitLab action? If there is, we'll want maybe to take a look. And then it's a matter of updating the docs and testing websites, pretty much. And implementing the actual release procedure. And also I will want to make a build of Zine that doesn't have Triciter in it, that basically implicitly entirely relies on runtime syntax highlighting for people that want that, because the trade-off is that you save 90 megabytes of space by doing that. Which is not trivial. Like if you don't want compile time like syntax highlighting, yeah, Zine is going to be so much smaller that way. Quick question: does Zine produce sitemaps? Current? Well, I don't know. Yes, you have the ability to. Yes and no. No, it does not produce sitemaps by default. But what's a sitemap? Is that's basically an XML file with all your content, with all your pages in it, right? And you know what? Now that I think about it, you almost can pull that off with templating, just not quite yet there. So, for example, let me rephrase your question slightly so that I can show you something interesting. Does Zine produce RSS feeds? The answer is yes and no. The answer is no, not by default, but you can make that happen kind of trivially by saying, look, this is my blog. Blog says this is the page for the blog, but also render the same page as a XML version, which is going to be the RSS feed, basically. And the way that it works is that we have this template, this XML file, and you just use the metaprogramming, the template logic stuff, right? You loop over pages and you print them out. A sitemap is almost the same thing with just one difference. It's recursive. A feed is flat, while a sitemap, I think it's recursive. I might be wrong. If it's not exactly recursive, and if it is just mostly flat, then actually maybe you can pull it off already today. Because the problem is that currently you can't say recursively, like do this thing, but recursively. That's the only limitation that you have, which is not going to be there forever. I'm going to give you the ability to do that. But that's the only problem. So if a sitemap, now that I think about it, a sitemap is probably pretty flat. Let's see. Fuck off, Google. Show me what this thing looks like. XML sitemap, RSS. Huh. That's like, well, you can do that. Besides HTML and other indexable textual content, you can only provide information about videos, not images or news. What? Can be cumbersome to work with. Okay, XML sitemap. What does that shit look like? URL, location, last modified. No, yeah, dude. No, yeah. This is super easy. So long story short, no, it doesn't do that automatically. But you can, if you're interested in that stuff, you just do the work to make this happen. And this is just gonna be like a flat list of URLs that are available on your system. If that's it, yeah, no problem. You know what? Maybe today there might be some missing built-in function that would allow you to do either that fully correctly or like more easily. But it's like that's it, and then you just write your XML thingy, and you're good. Yeah, sure. So yeah, no problemo at all with that stuff. Okay. So let me put it this way: if you try to make it happen, and you encounter an issue, either ping me on Discord. There's a Zine channel in the Software You Can Love Discord, or open an issue on GitHub, and then we can talk about the specifics. But yeah, no problem. No problemino. Okay, that's it. So thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, let's call it a day. We're getting ready to release. This is going to be cool. Let me see just if there's people doing Zig. I don't see anybody doing Zig. So yeah, it's